Hello and welcome to the continuation for the topic na cross-platform development. So here we'll continue on discussing decide for cross-platform development. So natapos na ta sa native platform development. So here I'll try to list the advantages and then disadvantages of using cross-platform app development. So first is we have less costly. Matawag tayo siya nga less costly kay imbes nga two teams, diba? One for Android or for iOS. So you only need one developer or one team lang siya into creating this application you have. So mas save na siya sa development cost. So mandubo ng cost overall. And then next is we have the faster development. So only a single cycle of development is needed to create the app that runs on multiple platforms. So isa lang ka-development sa code development. Instead nga may Android or iOS, so 2 development cycles na siya. And then next is we have the single code base. So as the app is created with the single cross-platform development tool, so only one code base is created. Na siya ang so kung mag-update ka man da sa mga functionalities, mga UI, so isa lang ka code base ang edit mo, then maapektuhan na siya ang both Android and then iOS or ano pa ang platforms ang ginasupport. But we have the cons of cross-platform development. So first is we have slower app. So slower in terms of performance. So the need for an additional abstraction layer and rendering process makes the cross-platform app slower than its native counterpart. So as we've discussed it previously, gamit pa niya siya sang bridge, diba? Mag-convert sang cross-platform na codes. We have React Native, Flutter, or Dart into the native nga codes parang maran siya. So ga-add pa na siya sang additional layer. Then next is we have the limited functionality. Developers may have a difficulty accessing smartphone functionalities like the microphone, camera, and geolocation in ways possible for a native app. So hindi siya true on some advanced na cross-platform development kits. But for true na ni sila sang ga-develop pa ang the said na cross-platform development kits. So man siya, so sometimes true man if may mga new APIs or new functionalities na available na sa new devices. Then limited UX. So cross-platform apps are unable to take advantage of the native UX components, so therefore it can deliver the same UX experience that is accustomed to the platform. Okay, so that's it for the advantages and then disadvantages of the cross-platform development. So next is we'll proceed sa final topic ta. So here we'll determine the factors or the reasons on whenever or whatever you want to choose to develop your application. Either native or native na siya or cross-platform. So here ilista ang approaches, ang possibilities or ang causes. So first is we have the application complexity. So in short, doon na siya complex ang functionalities sa imong application kung udlay man na or simple na functions, di ba? Or complicated man na siya, damo-damo na siya codes, damo na siya strings of something. So amo na siya ang application functionality. So if you're building an application that's just display information, fetch from a network, so ga-fetch ka lang the data from a database, di ba? Or data from a backend server. Cross-platform development will be a good choice. So, however, if it involves heavy processing or requires access to low-level APIs like Bluetooth, you'll want to go with the native application. So here sa heavy processing, so this can be your you can be the computer vision na tools, di ba? Image detection, object detection. So most likely, these are heavy na, heavy na siyang functionalities. Most likely, mas-stick ka na siya or mas-stick ka na sa native platform. So for low-level APIs, so sometimes or some of these low-level APIs are available na siya on the cross-platform development kit. Ang functionality nga na is ma-reach na sa cross-platform development. So kung low-level APIs gamitan mo, so you can also go to cross-platform. So but kung ang imo nga application, so ma-display mo lang sa information, di ba, sa AP ang information about the company, di ba? Information about your product. So ang information or data, so data for ang gina-request ng customers. So cross-platform development ang imo nga pilion. So amo ni siya usually ang cases for companies or for public or private companies. So ga-fetch na sila, may backend server na sila. So ga-fetch na ang mobile app dira sa data. So gina-fetch and then gina-display. So most likely, cross-platform na pwede na siya when it comes to developing the application. Okay, so next is you have the cost. So native development produces apps with high performance. So it can be costly to build. So muna siya. So high performance yung gusto mo. So muna target. So costly na siya. When it comes the amount of money, di ba nga ilaan mo that. And then at the same time, ang time nga ilaan mo in order to develop that application. So if you have a limited budget to work on, so especially sa mga starting companies, startup companies, nga may pa ilang budget. So they can invest on using the cross-platform development. Okay, mas nila ang approximately 30% to 40% as only a single code base is created for an app that works on both Android and then iOS. Okay, so ang so i-consider naman ni siya ang factors ng development time. So kung gadali na kamo di ba? Gadali na kamo nga ma-release ang inyong application, kay that application may unique function na siya. So gusto niyo na siya i-release dayon para ma-access ang users. So in that case, kung kadali ka mo, pwede ka mo go sa cross-platform development. So in some projects, you want to get an MVP app up as soon as possible. So this is where you want to consider cross-platform development. Hindi na ka mo mag-ubra sa 2 versions of the application to only one. Then i-consider naman ni siya ang user interface or user experience. So if you're looking for stunning visuals and experience, the answer lies in native development. So developers have access to UI UX components when developing in a native environment. So opting for cross-platform will greatly limit the UI UX element of the app. So kung focus na kamo sa naming animations, so flawless na, so wala na biggest stutter. So most likely ang native na ang pilihan nyo. So kung simple mo lang ang function, simple mo lang ang animations, so not really complicated, pwede na kamo pwede nyo na mapili ang cross-platform development. So pamakot na is native or cross-platform development. So may namutong factors, diba, sa time, sa cost, sa time, sa UX UI, sa complexity sa atong application. Your decision has a huge implication of the cost, time, and how the users will respond to the application. So i-consider ito ang mga factors before ta mag-create ng decision. So ma-add pa ko sa additional tips when creating or when choosing which platform to develop. So if kay man kamo native application or native development ang i-pursue nyo, you should consider these points. So first, your application requires full access to the phone resources and services. Na kung need nyo na siya ang access sang APIs, access sang functionalities, sang sensors. So muna, dako gid ng nga sign that you will go the native application development. And then you want to build the most responsive application. So responsive application, so more on performance. So you will choose or definitely choose native development. Then you're looking to take full advantage of the mobile phone's hardware, diba? Regarding man siya sa APIs or sensors. So you will also choose the native application, native application development. Then you want an app that it can be easily updated and enhanced with new features or in the future. So if you want your users to access these new features instantly, so you should definitely choose the native application development. So maybe some of these do very critical, like sa full access, and then these new features kung gusto niyo siya access. So ang amo nang do dako nga weight in choosing the native application development. So here sometimes ang sa take full advantage or some of if you if gusto mo lang ang mga ang existing nga sensors, for example Bluetooth kay dugay na siya nga ara sa phone ta, GPS dugay naman. So sometimes you can choose between the native platform and then the cross platform. Then here ang points nga dapat i-consider, additional points to consider when we will choose the cross platform development. Pare kung ready na to accept a less responsive app, diba? So more on displaying the data from a server or a database. Muna siya ang cross-platform development ang pilihan ta. Then the application does not involve complex animation nor deal with complicated logic. So ang complexity sang inyong application is not really big. So maybe medium to low lang. So muna pwede na kamo gamit sa cross-platform development. And then you have a short window to test an idea and an hypothesis in the app market. This is especially kung siya sa mga companies that wants to push the application that can change their image or brand, diba? So they want to push it as soon as possible. So you will definitely choose cross-platform development. Native and cross-platform development have different pros and cons. So ultimately, the choice of going with either depends on project requirements and skills of the developers involved. So native apps are still the best choice when it comes to user experience and performance. So while they are mostly more costly, so you'll be at ease with lower defect rates and better visuals. So while sa cross-platform naman, so easy and quick to build, but it'll take more effort to deliver an equivalent user experience on the respective platform. Okay. So when it comes naman sa like when you're starting on a company to work as a mobile app developer, usually ang ginano na nila, ang iladang options is cross-platform development. Kaya hindi man na siya hindi man na siya tama ka-complicated ang ilang functionalities. And then depende man na sa kung ga-accept di ka mo sang clients, diba? Depende na sa sa function sang application nga gusto nila. So dira pa lang, so pwede nyo na i-determine kung ano man na ang platform nga or development kit or development nga route ang pilihan nyo. So either native or cross-platform. So in this course, so mas stick lang tatanay sa cross-platform development. Kaya dasig man na siya, so easy to build lang. And then, damo na sang tools, especially sa online tools that really support the development. So compared to sa native, kay medyo ano pa, medyo medyo resource heavy magyapon, especially sa Android. And then sa iOS, kay most of us either naka Windows na o naka Linux man, I think some Linux man, or or maybe may Chrome OS ka mo da. So with cross-platform, so may ara ta available ng online tools nga pwede ta ma-utilize. Okay, so that's it for this video lecture. So thank you for watching and have a great day.